Hello, I'm Mr. Win, and today's video is a quick refresher on solving equations for x or whatever variable is given in the problem. The goal is to always get the variable x or whatever letter is given alone. The final answer will be the single letter equals something. For example, x equals 5 is a good answer. X is by itself. This 2x equals 10 is not good. X is not by itself. There's a 2 in the way, so this is bad and this is good. To accomplish this, there are 4 steps. The first step is to distribute any numbers outside any parentheses on each side separately. Step 2 is to combine like terms or simplify. They're the same thing. On each side separately. Again, on each side separately is very important. That's the number one mistake students make. Step 3 would be to locate the variable. If it's just on one side, go ahead, go step 4. But if it's on both sides of the equation or equal sign, move one of them to the other side by doing the opposite operation. The last step would be to isolate the variable by moving all the numbers on the same side as the letter to the other side by the opposite operation. This last step may be repeated multiple times. So now I'll be doing some examples with y'all, or just follow along. First, example 1, our problem is 3 parentheses, x plus 5, close parentheses, equals 33. So following the steps, it says distribute first. This is a positive 3 in front. I will distribute this inside. So now I have 3x plus 15 equals 33. So that first step was distribute 3 on the left side. The second step would be to combine like terms. The left side is already done. There's nothing to combine. The right side is already done. There's nothing to combine. Step 3 would be to locate the variable. The letter is x. I see x only on one side, on the left side. So I can go ahead to step 4. Step 4 says isolate the variable by moving all the numbers on the same side as the letter to the other side. So I need to move my 3 and I need to move my 15. I should not be moving this 33 at all on the other side by itself. So first you move the numbers that aren't attached to what you have. So I need to move that 15. So I will do opposite operation. Since it's a positive 15, it's minus 15 to both sides. This cancels. I now have 3x equals 18. So that was step 4 once. Again, I need to isolate the variable. So I need to now move the 3. 3 is attached to x, that's multiplication. The opposite operation would be division. So I divide both sides by 3. Those cancel. X equals 6. This is a good answer because x is by itself. All right, my second example. It looks longer, but it's not that much harder. So again, the 4 steps. Step 1 is distribute. I do not see any parentheses on the left side or the right side, so I skip step 1. Step 2 says combine like terms. So first, I will combine like terms on the left. I see a positive 2m and a positive 5m. No more m's on the left. Those combine to make 7m. And then I see a negative 3 and a negative 7. Those combine to make a negative 10. And just for now, I'll leave this other side the same. So I just combine like terms on the left. Now I'm going to combine like terms on the right. I see a positive 4m and a negative 4m. Well, those cancel, so that's gone. I also see a 23, positive 23, and a positive 6. That makes 29. So 29 is my right side. My left side is still the same. So if you're really good, you can actually combine like terms on both sides at the same time. But again, most students mess up because they mix the sides up. That's why I say do it separately if you're not the best at math. All right, after combining terms, now it says locate the variable. I see m just on the left side. So I go to step 4, isolate the variable by moving all the numbers on the same side as the letter to the other side by opposite operations. So I need to move the 7 and the negative 10. I should not be moving this 29 at all. So again, first move the number that's not attached to the letter, so I have to move this negative 10 by doing opposite operation. Opposite of negative 10 is positive 10. Add 10 to both sides. I now have 7m equals 39. Ooh, I chose a bad problem. And then last, I need to get the 7 away, so it's attached to m. I have to divide. This answer is a decimal. Let's see what it is. 9 divided by 7 is about 5.5714. Alright. And I'll talk to y'all more about decimals and fractions in the future. Right now, this is a refresher, so I'm going to use decimals, but in the end, we will not use decimals. Alright, example 3. A much longer problem, but still follow the same steps. So first is distribute any numbers outside the parentheses. I'm going to distribute this, I'm going to do the left side first. I'll distribute this positive 4. So that will give me 4 times 2y is 8y. 4 times positive 3 is positive 12. Right here, I'm distributing not a positive, but a negative 6. Keep that sign with the number. Negative 6 times positive 2y is negative 12y. Negative 6 times negative 5 is positive 30. So that's distributing the left side. I'm going to do both sides at the same time. And you can do it separately or you can do it together. Depends how good you are. This is a positive 3. Distribute that. 3 times 2y is 6y. 3 times positive 4 is positive 12. By the way, I didn't mention it, but notice the problems we did, only the first one had x. They can use whatever letter you want. Last problem had m, this problem has a y. There's no difference, it's just a variable, it just means an unknown thing. Alright, step 2, combine like terms. On the left side, I see positive 8y, negative 12y. Those make negative 4y. Then positive 12 and positive 30. That makes positive 42. That's combining terms on the left side. The right side has nothing to combine. Step 3 is to find the variable. I see the variable on both sides. There's negative 4y on the left, there's 6y on the right. So I need to move one of them. It's your choice which one you move. Most teachers will say move the smaller number. In this case, negative 4y is smaller than positive 6y. So to move it, I do the opposite operation. Add 4y to both sides. This cancels out. So there's no more y's on the left. Notice y is only on one side now. It's 10y plus 12. Now I go to step 4. Isolate the variable. Get that y by itself. Move the numbers next to it. This 42 should not be moved at all. Move the number that's not attached to it. So I'm going to move the positive 12 by subtracting 12. So 30 equals 10y. Then I repeat step 4 again. I need to get rid of that 10. That's 10 times y, so I'm going to do the opposite, division. So here I get y equals 3. Alright, so that's 3 examples of how to solve for x, y, m, whatever letter they want. They use a or b sometimes even n. Just make sure you know the 4 steps. Distribute, combine like terms, find the variable, and get to one side, and then get it by itself. I'm going to end with this problem for y'all to try. You can distribute a fraction like normal, which is 3/4 times 12x. Try solving that. I'm not going to do it, but the answer is x equals 1 to see if you got it right. Thank you very much for listening to the lesson. Again, this is Mr. Wynn, and I'll see you in class. Bye.